Hello everybody, how's everyone day? I'm Ame Gakita. So today we are going to continue talking about Dokibird. So in regard is anyone who is not aware, it basically in a nutshell that Selen of Nijisanji had been terminated by the company, and it caused a huge backlash against the company itself, and people start supporting the alternate account of Selen, who she is coming back as Toki-san. So blah blah blah. So basically, a lot of things happen over the past 2 days, and a lot of people is now listing Nijisanji as the black company, while people are supporting heavily against on Toki-san. And I thought a lot of vest a lot of my frustration, a lot of stuff in my previous video. So if you want to check that out, I'll put up that link to that video. But also I will be talking quite a lot of stuff using again, and it's quite interesting that Toki-san got a lot of support, even people who is opening out sponsorship for her to make it work for her. And it's amazing that when in my previous video, how I talk about how Khyo-san talk about it, Hirohito talk about it, FalseEyeD talk about it, and yes, that's the picture of this greedy guy which I always been talking about, and Rev-san talk about it. If all four of them talk about something at the same time, something is wrong. And often more than not, Hirohito and Rev Say Desu, all of them is like mostly talk about things that they feel they should voice about it. But if they voice about it, something is wrong. Because the thing is, right, mostly on I hardly see them talk about VTuber stuff. Mostly VTuber stuff will be either Khyo-san or FalseEyeD, and I've been kind of like vocal about the situation on Nijisanji a lot of time lately. I've been talking about it, and at this point of time, I just being too tired to like. It's no point of me talking about the Nijisanji again anymore, because it's already Nijisanji just dig a hole themselves, a black hole. It's not a 6 feet under hole. It's not a sinkhole. It's a freaking black hole, and basically when they terminate Selen, one of the top talents. Like in the past, I mentioned along the line that yes, I predicted that Selen will move. I predicted that if Selen remove herself from Nijisanji, Nijisanji will, I won't say entirely fall, but at least will get a big hit. And it's interesting that Nijisanji decided to just terminate the worst possible. Like I predicted that if they really go that 1%, it will be the worst outcome. They really go for that 1%, and it's now hitting them like a truck. They got their stock market fall a little bit. I won't say too much, but it's just basically based on record. It's later on I will talk more onto it. It's apparently up to 11%. I'm not sure. There's also a situation where sponsorship or merchandise partnership got cancelled, and a lot of people got thought along the line like Nijisanji is apparently losing sponsorship, partnership, a lot of stuff. There is a lot of people who just kind of feel like it's very angry, and they decided to just cancel the contract with Nijisanji. And also there is also report that because Nijisanji just put an update saying like on February 5th 2024, any talent made the decision to terminate their affiliation contract with Nijisanji EN rival Selen Tatsuki, and the impact of the decision on their finance result will be negligible. Negligible mean that it will not affect their finance as a whole. And I've been talking about how Nijisanji have been not just any company, but a freaking black company. Is that I've been saying that they don't treat their talents as talents. They are just treating their talents as employee. It's just people who they work. Like the talents are just people who they're considered a worker S, B, worker B, whatever you want to call it, and they work for the company, work for the CEO, where so that he can buy a freaking yacht. And it's kind of interesting that because of that yacht, right now a lot of people is going along the line of like sing the yacht, because they want the yacht to be like get down to the bottom of the Davy Joe locker along the line, and it really made me feel, I won't say like very happy or satisfied. It's more towards like it's finally happening over the period. Like people have been like talking about it, being memeing about it, but they never been like action on it, like trying to push for it to happen to sing the young, and right now it's finally happened. Now people are talking about it, now people are action on it, to the point that it's actually interesting that people is unsubscribing not from one live but all the live from Nijisanji. Now Nijisanji is like losing a lot of subscriber count, a lot of people is not action on it, and the best part of all, as for some reported, Toki-san had reached over 300,000 subscribers. That's basically that's basically like 1,000 more than mine. Okay, guys, I'm not even 400, so don't think twice of me. But if she can reach that amount of milestone within just a few moments, it just proves to show that how much support that Toki-san have, and how much, I mean, like, she is a freaking bird that's supposed to be set free, not a freaking cage bird. And considering that I've been pushing for her to get out of Nijisanji, is that she deserves the love, the support of everyone, and that no one should keep her caged, no one should stop her from hosting tournament, no one should stop her from having her music video taken down just because they don't like it. So it really caused a lot of frustration with Nijisanji as a whole, and I've been hoping for her to get out of Nijisanji. And the funny thing is, right, there is a report stating that apparently that Toki-san actually requested for her release, meaning to say that she will be setting as something along the line of graduation. If Nijisanji actually took the line and released her by graduation, at least it will be taken that she live on a good term with the company, and that at least Nijisanji will not have that much damage to control. But as for right now, considering that Nijisanji decided to put up even a statement like this, indicating along the line of that, it's a freaking huge piece of PDF with two statements called the impact is negligible. I had checked how some people analyze on this, and there is actually a person who do a very long tweet to indicate along the line. So I stated that, just to give everything in a nutshell, it's just basically a very obvious attempt at damage control, and they are and the negative thing is that a lot of people and investors are not accepting that, because it's not just because the statement is very it's not in too much detail, there is nothing to show, and there is also indication that the IPO or the stock market stuff is just only stating in just the quarterly, it's not like the full years. So as for right now, based on report, there are indication that the investor are not really buying the line that Nijisanji or the main company called AnyTeller is offering, and that there are people based on the investor base, they are very angry about it. They are demanding the firing for whoever penned the ridiculous selling notice. Like they some are actually very, very mad about the firing of Selen Tatsuki, who is now known as Toki-san, and a lot of people starting to do the selling, and it is dropping the value of Nijisanji as a whole value along the line. Even till now, seeing the yak, it is still a thing as for right now. So I will put up the most of the thing that you guys saw on screen right now on the video description below, so you guys can check them out. It is still quite a thing. And the funny thing is, right, when people say that, so if sponsorship, now if both with giving sponsorship to Nijisanji, where do they go now? If the report is as true as they say, it's not just because they are based, but it's just basically to show that how greedy this freaking guy that is younger than me is. I mean, like, it's already been kind of interesting that how he's trying to act like he's like he's trying to act himself as Yago of Holostar. Like, Yago has been one of the, so like when we talk about the best girl in Hololive, it's always Yago, and Riku's have been trying to be the Yago of Nijisanji, and it's such a poor attempt of it, to the point that now people are realizing that maybe, just maybe, that all the tweet that is done by the liver at time is actually done by the management. Because when they even Khyo-san actually did a report on it, and they stated that most of the report or most of the tweet posted by the talents may not be posted by the talents but the management of Nijisanji, because people is now speculating that maybe, just maybe, they are being done by the management and the talents can just only just keep quiet. And I've been saying that the management of Nijisanji has been very iffy throughout the years. Not 1 year, not 2 years, but throughout the years. And that there is a lot of things that I find it questionable, I find it weird. And I've been saying that the talent seems to be treated like an employee, not as a talent. They don't have the so-called the talent right or whatsoever. So it seems very, very weird in so many ways. And I've been very vocal about it. I've been talking about it for so long. And now even Rev Say Desu talking about it along the line, where people are saying like they are watching other people voicing their issue out on Nijisanji. Even Hiro talk about how the stock market seems to be affecting in a way. So if they can talk about it, because normally you won't hear VTuber stuff from Hiro and Hiro-san and Rev-san. It's like they hardly talk about VTubing unless it is really a big news. And considering how big Selen is in Nijisanji, the termination is really affected to the point that now a lot of people are angry. Now people are causing a lot of backlash, to the point that a lot of people are now discussing about the thing, just how disgusting that company is. I've been very vocal about it. I even auditioned for the company before, and once I know about the control of all these things, I've been very vocal about the company. I've been talking about how the working environment inside seems to be very bad. I was aware of a lot of those things. Even when people ask me, do I know all these things? Yes, I was aware of it long ago. I'm just talk about it. I just been vocal about it. And in case anyone want to know, Nijisanji even destroys small content creator who try to promote Nijisanji. And even if those people are very vocal about if those small content creators are vocal, just a slight criticism about Nijisanji, they will squash them. They will destroy them. It has been done since from the JP side, not just the EN side. It's not just the Korea side, not just, it happened long ago and it has been ongoing now. The reason why I've been still alive is that I'm being very viral with the very vague with trying to blur out the gray area with the way I say. If anyone would know very well how FalseEyeD and Khyo-san talk about it, they have been struck by Nijisanji long before. It was a drama at the time. It was a thing of that time that they got struck by Nijisanji just because they are they kind of like talk about Nijisanji in a criticism way, in a bad way, if you want to make it even more worse. So it had been a thing. It had been Nijisanji had been destroying, and I've been talking about how you should not discuss, you should not say anything about Nijisanji, all these things, but I still being vocal about it. I've been pushing for people to talk about this issue, to address the issue, to understand that this issue is happening. And one of the things why I say, like when Selen say that the poor work and toxic environment in the company, is more towards the point that the management, if anyone who saw the issue of that Nijisanji management who wrote the termination saying that yes, they are aware of the bully and that someone is bullying her. The thing is, right, when I say I talk along the line of like we should focus fire on the management, because even if I know who bullied Selen at the time, I had no evidence to prove that unless Toki-san speak out. When Toki-san decided to speak out, there will be a whole new different allegation. It will be a whole new different story. But as for right now, we do not know who, we do not know anything. And the only way from how I look and dig, I will only say one thing is that the hard evidence that I do know is that the management is effing her up very obviously. There is someone in Nijisanji that is trying to bully her, that is trying to create a problem for Selen. Is very, very, very obvious for over a long period. The banning of the creation of tournament, the takedown of the music video, a lot of things like it's so damn obvious that Nijisanji had been effing Toki-san throughout when she was known as Selen, and it's at this point of time people just say that, oh, it's just a thing, she's against the rule or whatever. But the thing is, right, when everything is done according to the rule, it's already so damn obvious that Selen had at that time had did so many things by the book. But it's just that Nijisanji just effort out. It means that there are someone who is creating trouble for her. Who is it? I will not say. I will not know who. But I only just can say that at this point of time, we should fire on the management first until there is hard evidence to prove that who is the one bullying Selen or Dokibird. So as for right now, I would just say that there is definitely issue with Nijisanji, and I did talk along that why I say that it's a poor toxic environment is that what you guys may not be aware in Hololive, Visojo, or even Face Collect, or in any other company, most of the interaction between liver, from how I look at it, it seems like they are actually more towards like helping each other out, a huge family along the line. And when it comes to Nijisanji, they say they are like a family, but I do not believe so. The reason why I say that is that if they really like a family, why would there be like a small faction all around their group? And along the line of that, why is it that they are competing against each other? A lot of people may not be aware, but if you guys actually see how those livers stream with each other, it's more like competition to them instead of pulling each other up. And even when like Mr. Pomu and Selen was a thing, it's just that to me, I feel like yes, they may be a group among themselves, but when you try to, when two of them got out, one got and one left behind, people is now trying to say that maybe Selen is the one who caused Pomo to leave or whatever, and it kind of got her, like the bullying got worse during the for the graduation of Pomo. So from how I look at it, it seems to be worse than after the announcement of Pomo graduation, and that is when people say like, oh, the MV may be the last straw. I feel like the MV is already kind of on the nail on the coffin, but the Pomo graduation may be the final straw, and that is the thing. That is how I feel. If you guys really wanted to know more, go and check the timeline. It is way too much of a coincidence. That's how I know about the situation may have been worse. And even when actually along the line, when someone asked me that was I aware that Selen best friend Mume is taking care of Selen. Yes, if you go and check, there is called Mume alternate account, as well as now we know that Selen is now known as Toki-san. Like, it's really obvious that she had addressed that her best friend offered to take care of her, and Mume, we know that Mume is her best friend in when they talk about it, and it's very obvious that Mume went to offer to take care of her, because the thing is, right, the accident that happened to Selen at the time when Toki-san decided to end her life, that was already the huge straw that crossed everyone's line. It's like someone just couldn't bear the suffering anymore, and it just proved how bad the management or the working environment in Nijisanji has always been. I've been talking about it for such a long time that I feel like no one actually take my words for it, and even when I address it, no one care about it. So I'm only, if anyone, it's just like, if you guys want to know, go and check all my past video. It will be in the video description below in another video, and I won't go and list out everything. Just go and check the video that I talk about in the previous one, and that will link to all the one that I've been talking about. I've been addressing the issue for a long while, and even when people say that, how do I know, it's so damn obvious, I won't say how I know I get my sources. I will just keep quiet on that source. But considering that how I know all these things is, I think is, and how Selen even addressed it as Toki-san, like Toki-san addressed the poor working and toxic working environment in the company, that already is enough to prove my point already. I've been ongoing with my point, and if you guys can't believe my point, at least believe Toki-san's point. Because if Toki-san can talk about it, then I think I have nothing more to say, because it's just that if you guys don't trust me, trust her. At this point of time, it's just being too ridiculous, to the point that how Nijisanji has always been as a company. So, and if people ask me like, will I think Nijisanji will fall? I don't think so. I mean, like, if anyone asks me, they will continue to exist as a thing. It is a thing now. So unless there is quite a few scenarios that I know, a lot of people go along the line of like, let's unsubscribe all these live or whatsoever, trying to boycott Nijisanji or try to not pay any money to the live or whatsoever. The only thing I would just say that it is not gonna enough to affect them. Okay, the only way that I mentioned that that I will give you the answer to every single thing is that unless there is the stock market in terms of investor meeting that they all decided to stand up against the company, like as in push forward for the firing of some of the current management as well as the CEO, or in other words, there will be a mass boycott for every liver. I do not advise people to attack the liver. I will advise people to advise the liver to try consider getting out of Nijisanji, because that ship is already sinking long ago already. It's just that people didn't realize how bad the ship was. It's just like the Titanic. It always gives you a false hope. It always gives you a bit thinking that it's unsinkable ship. But the thing is, right, it hit the hole. There is a hole, hit an iceberg, and there is a freaking hole inside. And what did the captain of the boat do? He did not tell anyone to abandon ship. He did not tell everyone to get off the ship. Also, he is now telling everyone to die with the ship. So the one thing is that if anyone who is still inside there, I would recommend that if you guys really don't believe me, at least trust on my instinct that that ship is not worth be on already. It is time for the liver of Nijisanji to all consider the abandoned ship moment. If they still choose to stay, then we have to again respect their decision as a liver, because even if the ship is sinking, like I mentioned again, I do not think that the ship it will be gone, because considering that Nijisanji have been ongoing for, and the issue actually happened from the Japan side. It's just that people didn't realize how bad it was until the NijiEN Korea, all the situation happening at one go, that people start realizing how bad it was. But I have been very vocal about it. I have been following Nijisanji issue for quite a long while. I just didn't voice that much in the past. It's just that I talk about it but not being too vocal, because I was very afraid of being destroyed by Nijisanji. But as for this, at the time of this moment, why I'm not pushing my I'm not reholding my punches, is that now everyone is not reholding their punches. I have been on the line of talking. I've seen a lot of people who sing because they are trying to like being vocal about Nijisanji, and they all gone into the abyss themselves. So I was afraid. But considering that how I've been slowly vocal, if you guys go and check all my random chat when I talk about Nijisanji, it's always been that bad. It is always been the issue with Nijisanji management as a whole, and it's really saddened me to see how people not action on it until now. Although I say I'm celebrating, I know that I'm eating nice food, all these things, just as a mean to be happy about the freedom of Dokibird. But as a whole, I will advise people to start telling all the liver that is still carrying inside Nijisanji to consider abandoned ship. If they decide to choose to stay in the ship, by all means, this is their decision. We as a appreciator of those talents should support them accordingly. But then again, it is still a sinking ship, so we will see how it goes. Because if telling them to whether will this continue to like Nijisanji will continue as a company, it will still continue as a company, because it is too big of a ship to consider fully sink. So it will gonna take a long while. It's gonna take a long period of time, and the only way I would just tell people is that keep on doing what they're doing right now, and just boycott. Even if the talents right now trying to do damage control for the company, understand this thing. Most of them are being forced or being told to do it. So we still have to understand that they are being told to do it. Even if they do it on their own account, then by all means support them, but understand that they will lose my respect. That's all I would say. For now, I will just continue to support Dokibird as a and that is all I will say for now. It is just all the thing I can say, that the ship is sinking. People should continue to attack and focus only on the management of Nijisanji, not on the talents, not on the livers, but the management. If people feel, and the funny thing is, right, talking about the talents, I also noticed that most of the talents just went into radio silence themselves. Most of them just stopped talking or just decided to say anything. And often more than not, it's a huge red flag, because what a lot of people may not be aware is that some of them may be thinking of abandon the ship, maybe not, maybe I don't know, but at the same time they also been like I mentioned in my previous video, where there is a lot of possibility they are being told like not to talk about certain situation, or just act like as if there's nothing, or kind of like be radio silent, or just kind of do whatever they want. It's as long as there's no mention of Selen along the line. And if in the case they do want to talk about Selen, they have to blame Selen for it. So it's right now, if anyone thought of them thought throughout the line of trying to go against Selen, understand that it may be that the talents themselves are being forced to do so, and it is something that understand we have to be very partial to see whether are they really against Selen. Because at this point of time, right, the rival who go against Selen, I would just say one thing: if people want to clip this moment and show to others, by all means go ahead. Nijisanji Live, if you guys are clever enough, abandon that freaking ship. If you guys still going to talk badmouth Selen or Dokibird at this point of time, understand that you are attacking not just her, but attack a lot of the people who support her accordingly. And this will just make you become the stupid target that people will think that you are the bully. So think carefully about what you should be doing from now on, and consider your next course of action. So with that being said, if you guys got any comment want to talk about, write in the comment below what do you think about the situation. Was I always right, or was I always being wrong? Just write in the comment or whatsoever, and we can discuss it further. With that being said, if you like this kind of video, and don't forget to press the like button and subscribe for more random chat where I talk about stuff that never follow a single thread. And hope you guys all have a nice day. All night. Bye.